Anyone else excited to see some meat on this menu? I was a little worried they were going into it, but we did it. So, Tim and I started dating right after graduating college in 2010. We met at an overcrowded bar on the Upper East Side. To put things in perspective, Tim was at the tail end of his Birdman phase, but well before his vegan demon phase. Come to think of it though, the only meat I ever really recall Tim eating was in the form of a $5 footlong from Subway. We were frugal. We had to be. This was New York City after all. When Tim walked into my life, his wardrobe consisted of backwards hats and extra large 90s era basketball jerseys. The only music he listened to was rap. Tim could recite every single Lil Wayne lyric, but he thought the Rolling Stones was a kidney disorder. I opened Tim's eyes to culture. We discovered electronic dance music, and dubstep, and hardstyle if you stick around late enough tonight. I introduced Tim to Western-style button-downs. I showed him that you could find good value at the bottom shelf of the liquor store. Shout out Vesica. So, as you could see, we were far from sophisticated, but we were trying. We were the perfect New York City dinks. Then, everything changed overnight. Somehow, in a New York City nightclub, through the pulsing strobe lights and the house music that was way too loud, Tim met Emily. So, the next week, I walk over to his DIY constructed bedroom. Now, to paint you a picture, we were living in Murray Hill in an apartment we could barely afford, and Tim's bedroom was constructed out of a wall of IKEA shelves and a curtain rod that we used as a door. Yes. So, I walk over to his room one Saturday, and he was gone. I texted him, "Hey Tim, what's the plan for today?" He responded, "I'm attending a summer soiree at the Guggenheim with Emily." Next weekend, same thing. Tim and Emily are in Hoboken at Mutzfest. Now, do you have any idea how hard it was to get Tim on the PATH train to New Jersey? I could see our dink ship was starting to slip away. I knew it was really fucked when they started calling each other Babel. I don't recall Tim ever having a pet name for me. The end was near. So one random Thursday night, Tim and Emily had plans to hang out. And as Emily was on her way to our apartment, Tim got a hot lead on some very exclusive house music tickets. It was Cascade at Cielo, his first Redux tour. Needless to say, this was a very exclusive event. Now, you'd think, with such amazing tickets, Tim would bring Emily and they would have this amazing night together. He brought our friend, Chris Canellos. And I was tasked with entertaining Emily for the night. We talked, laughed, made Hot Pockets. And that was the night Emily won me over. I could see how perfect she was for Tim. She showed him endless experiences filled with culture. She always has such a big smile on her face, and she brightens the mood every time she enters a room. And most importantly, she makes Tim the happiest I've ever seen him. And I am so happy to hand the torch off, as Emily has brought more experiences and more adventures to Tim's life than I could have ever imagined. And Tim, he is one of the most disciplined, loyal, and hardworking people I have ever met. Together, they are perfect. It's safe to say that Tim's transformation of a kid from Albany wearing oversized NBA jerseys to an ultra-marathon running vegan demon is complete. And I am so excited to see what the future holds for both of you. New York hasn't been the same since you moved to Singapore, and I think I speak for everyone here when I say we miss you and we want you to come home. But until then, we love watching your adventures from afar, even with some holier-than-thou vegan content thrown in. Everyone, please stand and raise a glass. I am so excited to see what the future holds for both of you. I love you. To the Babbles.